Direct bookings is the holy grail of service accommodation businesses, right? So why do so many people not collect guest data? Now, a lot of people think that direct bookings come from a magic website, or there's a magic business or a magic company out there that just provide all these direct bookings, and they are so wrong. Direct bookings in the main come from the guests that you've already got in stay. Typically, they will be from the guests that have arrived from the major booking channels, Airbnb, Booking.com, TripAdvisor, Vrbo, etc. However, one thing that I see so many hosts doing is leaving the valuable data with the OTAs, and they haven't got a system or process behind the scenes to be able to collect the correct, unencrypted data from the guests. Let me tell you a story. Amazon is the richest company in the world. The reason they are is because they protect their data. You have Amazon stores who supply the products. You have Amazon as a website which facilitates the customers. The stores never get the data of the customer, ever, even for refunds. There's no way that they get connected. I was on a flight to Dubai and I was speaking to a guy who was an Amazon trader, and he was saying if he could figure out how to get the data, his business would be a different place because of the amount of commissions he has to pay to Amazon. Jeff Bezos has made it his mission not to release that data because that is where the value in that business is. It would not be the largest business in the world if it did not focus on the data protection. So why do we, in the main, as short-term rental hosts, not collect the data or not focus on the data, or even worse, not retarget the data? It's criminal. You are leaving tens of thousands of pounds of bookings out there that could be collected by some simple tricks. Number one, make sure you have a system behind the scenes that gets a guest's name and email address, and ideally home address if possible, but definitely a name and an email address. Number two, have an email software that puts them into an automated email sequence which is time delayed to deliver the right type of message at the right time to try and get them to rebook. Number three, have a sales force behind the scenes, probably you at the start of your business, that rings the customer and says, how long are you here for? Is there anybody else with you? Is there any other company working on the project with you? Would you like to make another booking for next week? And if you're not doing that, I cannot tell you how many thousands of pounds you're leaving on the table. One email that I sent out not so long ago generated £8,500 worth of booking. One simple email. Just wrote out a nice little story, weren't pitching anything, just the benefits of booking direct versus going with the channels. Because the booking channels actually charge the guest fees, in case you didn't know. So they will get a better deal by booking with you. But if you're not telling them that, then how are they ever going to know? And if you're not telling them, then they're not going to be able to take action. You've got to tell people how to take action with your marketing. It is marketing gold. If you do not, you are leaving money on the table. And with your guests that you've got and the databases that you're building, listen, we host tens of thousands of guests a year. Tens of thousands. All we do is put them in an email sequence and then they get targeted all the time. And every now and then, if we've got a new property listing or we've got something to shout about, we'll add more email blasts out there, and every single one gets a response. You might not get a 50% response rate, but if you got a 1% response rate and it turns into an £8,500 booking, would you be happy? Stop leaving your data on the table. Think about it. The softwares that you might think are expensive are actually costing you more by not having them in your business and not collecting that data. They say an email list is worth anywhere between £1 and £2 per record that's on your list. So if you're getting an email list of 10,000 people over the course of the next few years, then your email list is worth £10,000 to £20,000 per year. Because the money is in the business. And I would actually go far as saying there's more money than that in our guest databases than 10 to 20 grand a year from 10,000 people. So think about it, put it in play, get the right equipment around you, get the right systems and processes around you. And make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you get tomorrow's video on creating a success team for your serviced accommodation business. And as always, if you want to know more about how I can help you, dive over to my website, ryankluke.com, and book a call with my team, and we can explore how we can accelerate your serviced accommodation journey.